Now that the world is opening up a little bit more and people are returning to an actual physical table for their D&D or other tabletop games, it's time to make more stuff to make that return to physical play that much more exciting. I've really gotten used to playing online on a virtual tabletop where changing my health or marking my spell slots is as easy as clicking a button. And I think back to the days when I had a pencil and paper character sheet or a laminated piece of paper, and I would be ticking it off with a white erase marker. It was a little unruly, and it never really felt like the best that it possibly could be. So I made this. Welcome to Loot Table's third Kickstarter, where I'm introducing the acrylic character tracker sheets. These cards are exactly the same size as a dual vault for reasons that we'll talk about in a few months probably, but they serve as an easy quick reference card for the stats that you have that change the most when playing your favorite tabletop game, specifically for our first round D&D 5e. There is one of these cards for each of the 13 classes available in 5th edition, as well as an additional variant that is mainly designed for supporting DMs when running combat with multiple characters. All of them track your HP, AC, movement speed, whether or not you have inspiration for balancing a d20 right in there, as well as important class features. For the Warlock, it's your grand total of 4 spell slots. Wizards have just a few more spell slots allowed to be tracked right here, as well as their spell save DC. For Artificers, it's about your spell slots, but you're a half caster, so there's not as many, as well as your infusions, of which the maximum is 6. Druids are full casters, but also have wild shapes. Max of 2, unless you're level 20, in which case you break all the rules of D&D anyway, and you're ridiculously overpowered, and everybody sleeps on the Druid class, they just don't know what hit them. All of these are engraved on the back, which means you're writing on a perfectly smooth surface, and it's acrylic, so it's non-porous, so you can use wet or dry erase markers, or heck, I've used Crayola markers on these things from my kids' toolbox just to test how resilient they are. They wipe away with as simple as a Clorox wipe or a wet paper towel. But we're not only offering the character tracker sheets, we are also offering character engraved versions of the classic Loot Table's dual vault. Now, this will only be available in a sub-selection of our core woods, those being cherry, black walnut, aromatic cedar, mahogany, and purple heart. Those 5 woods take engraving extremely well and provide a pretty good selection of color and grain choices for all of the woods that are normally available from Loot Tables. Don't worry, you have the character class right here. We're going to be hiding the Loot Table swords right here on the back. Character trackers start at $20 in the Kickstarter. Dice vaults start at $30, all of which is discounted from retail pricing on the loottables.com store. We have several stretch goals, including making these character icons also into things like t-shirts and bottle opener cards. I'm leaning into making these a universal way to rep your class in a new and unique art style. So why Kickstarter and why right now? Well, the answer to that is pretty simple. A lot of the designs that we have are amazing and look great when you look at them in a PNG, on your desktop, or on your computer, but they don't exactly one-to-one translate to laser engraving. And doing a project like this is a matter of scale. Running one of these sheets through my laser engraver and running 5 is practically the same thing. It just runs for a little bit longer, but a lot of these need just final tweaks and changes and modifications to get them ready for laser engraving, whether that's converting them to SVG or making substantial changes to the actual icons themselves to make them more laser engraving friendly. You wouldn't think that just one extra curved line would make it run twice as long on a machine, but it does. It very much does. So the Kickstarter is primarily there to pay for the time to do that and to buy the resources to make all of this work. I already know how my laser engraver works. I've already successfully fulfilled 2 separate Kickstarters that were pretty decent size in scale, and I've been able to do all of that basically on my own. So I'm foreseeing risks to be pretty dang low. I'm super excited for this project, and I cannot wait for you all to grab one of these character trackers, whip it out at your table, and show the coolest new way to track your stats in a renewable, sustainable way. If you back on the first day, you get the day one edition. If you back at all, you'll get a Kickstarter edition. And all of this just goes in support of continuing the dream to be able to do this full time. So go check out the campaign, check out all of the stretch goals that we have planned. Keep an eye on Loot Tables on Twitter, Instagram, and on loottables.com for updates as we lead into the launch of this campaign on November 5th. And go check out a D&D two-shot that I've done over on Twitch, the first of which is releasing tonight, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, twitch.tv/Lagundo. And then the second chapter is on the 5th, on the day the Kickstarter launches. I am super excited for this one. I hope you all are too. It's a brand new dimension for me to be playing into, and I can't wait for us to go on this journey together. Be good to each other, everybody, and I'll see you on Kickstarter.